here at the Paso Robles Podcast with a very special guest, Karen McNamara. And Karen, I'm going to give you the first few minutes to introduce yourself. What do you do? And we'll go from there and we'll talk about the printery.
Cool. I am a real estate broker, and I also own a store in Atascadero called the Hope Chest Emporium. And then as my unpaid full-time job, I am the president of the Atascadero Printery Foundation.
Awesome. So what inspired you to become the president of that organization?
So I kind of started it. My husband had been on Facebook on a group called I Grew Up in Atascadero in 2014 and talking about the printery and how it was a shame that a lot of the windows were getting broken and it was being vandalized terribly. And a lot of people were supportive of doing something about it. So he got busy and started meeting together with people in Atascadero. And then he suddenly passed away in June of 2015. And so my kids kind of encouraged me to take on the task of restoring the printery for the community and get it done. And so I went to Colony Days that year and put a hand-painted banner on a table, Save the Printery, and got some wonderful people to sign up. And we started in November of that year.
Awesome.
So we're 10 years, going to be 10 years this November.
So is the printery is this reopening specifically aimed for 10 years or just took that
No,
long?
it's just taking that long to get the funds together to restore it. It needs several $1 million in work to get anything open to the public.
Okay. And so where are we at with it all? Because I keep hearing that it's going to open or you're still fundraising. So where are we at with it?
We are this week supposed to start the retrofit process. So we've raised enough to get hopefully one full room done. So by November, our goal is to have that room done. We have gotten almost all of the front windows restored. They have to be put back together, reassembled, and put back in place. But the sashes are all painted, the frames are painted. So we're trying to get that all done by November. And then we've done a lot more. We've done the engineering. We've done some of the structural shoring to hold it up. In the meantime, we tore down a really awful falling down addition off the back, and then we've replaced the back wall temporarily. It had a skate ramp that was pretty good size, and it had a flat top, so we turned that into an outdoor stage. So that is open and can be used by anyone.
Okay.
So we've made some really good progress in 10 years. So we've not been sitting still. But by November, which is our 10th anniversary and 110 years of the building, we are trying to have that one room pretty well complete and open. And we're going to have a big celebration there. That's our goal.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work went into it. I guess I didn't do much research just so I can have more questions today. I know the people that told me to talk to you, they're very much in the film world and stuff like that, and they showed a lot of appreciation towards this building. And so can you educate me on the history of it?
It was the first commercial building built in Atascadero in 1915. And so it was kind of the lifeblood of the community, because as Lewis was getting the colony established and all the city buildings and everything going, they started the city hall, what's now the city hall building, at the same time, but they stopped and finished the printery first because they were bringing people there to Atascadero to live, and they were living in the tents and building homes, but they needed jobs. So the printery provided at least 125 jobs. It was men and women working there. And so that was, if people were going to come here, they had to have someplace to work. So other than maybe in construction or whatever, they went and worked at the printery. And it produced somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 million copies a month of different publications that went out of there. It was the largest printing operation west of the Mississippi River for a while. So it actually, they produced the weekend editions of the LA Times and the San Francisco Chronicle, and then they shipped them out.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they were color editions on this massive, what they call rotogravure press. It was a massive thing. It's like the size of a city bus, and they had several of them in the building. So they were we have wonderful, wonderful picture history because of them being in media.
Yeah.
They took lots of pictures.
They documented.
Yeah, so it's amazing. We have great pictures, and we have great pictures of the building going up from every stage. So we're very proud to have it. We bought it in 2017, and within 10 years of that, we're getting the retrofit done, and we're really hoping that by taking the funds that we have, finishing a room, getting everyone to see it, then the excitement will build that, yes, they are doing it. They can see our credibility and help us out going forward and raise some more funds to do more rooms.
This episode is sponsored by Del Pueblo Furniture in Paso Robles. Skip the credit card headache. Talk to Roger and get 0% in-house financing on quality furniture you'll love. Visit them at 1030 Railroad and 10th Street or call 805-239-5942. That's Del Pueblo Furniture. Comfort you want, payments you can handle. Y sí, se habla español. Just ask for Roger. This episode is sponsored by Western Janitor Supply. They have cleaning supplies and equipment for any workplace. Call today at 805-238-2112. They provide an extensive line of chemicals, paper products, and floor equipment. Again, that's Western Janitor Supply, located in downtown Paso Robles. This episode is brought to you by Red Scooter Deli on 6th Street. Craving something delicious in Paso Robles? Red Scooter Deli on 6th Street has you covered. Enjoy tasty sandwiches, fresh salads, and smoothies like the Banana Nut Blast, my personal favorite. Kick back on the covered patio, sip on a cold beer and wine, and enjoy the easy parking. Order online for pickup or dine-in. And here's a treat. Use promo code PODCAST for $5 off your next order. That's PODCAST for $5 off your next order. Open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Red Scooter Deli. Local flavor, fast and fresh. Yeah. So you officially own the building.
We do.
Since 2017. So your husband started to look at it, probably started some sort of paperwork, right?
He did. He got it into the process of who owned it and how we could get it. It was in a bankruptcy issue, kind of a mess. And then how we obtained it was the taxes hadn't been paid for 5 years. And so it went up for tax auction. So we raised and borrowed enough money to purchase it at tax auction, which was, I gained a lot of gray hairs that day because it was literally like an eBay auction online. You were literally bidding online.
Oh, so you were like in person, like what was the budget? What was your ceiling when you went into that?
We didn't want to pay, we wanted to go as low as we could.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting it for just at $200,000.
$200,000.
Yeah. So
yeah. And how many other people were you bidding against?
We just had one other bidder.
Oh, really?
And they had put it on auto bid with a cap, just like people do on eBay. Mm-hmm. So we just we kept bidding, and we started at I think 85,000. And, it just kept getting outbid. Yeah. So we were jumping it up by like 10,000, kept getting outbid, thinking we can't go over 200. We just can't do it. So we got right there, and it was still outbidding us. And a couple of the guys that were there off the board were both avid eBayers. And they're like, just bid 5,000 more. And I'm like, what if it... And then, of course, there's that nail-biting waiting that 1 minute if it's going to come back another bid. And it didn't. Yeah. So we got it. And, of course, we all about... everybody really had a great time that was there celebrating that we actually got that building because we want it for the community. There were developers that kind of wanted it and would turn it into offices or something. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to turn it back. It was a community center, and we want to turn it back as a community center. But we'll be taking out the gymnasium because they built that wonderful one next door. And we'll turn that into a performing arts center. So we'll have a lot of education opportunities, a lot of community opportunities, and a lot of entertainment opportunities that'll be coming to Atascadero.
This episode is sponsored by Santos Bros Plumbing. Are you in need of a dependable and effective plumber you can trust? Look no further than Santos Bros Plumbing, your trusted local plumbers in Paso Robles, California. Call them now at 805-360-4679. That's Santos Bros Plumbing. This episode is sponsored by Lion Pro Flooring. Give new life to your floors with beautiful, professionally installed flooring. Whether it's hardwood, luxury vinyl, or carpet, your home deserves a quality you can feel and craftsmanship you can trust. Serving Paso Robles in all of SLO County, Lion Pro Flooring is your local expert in transforming spaces. Call or text 805-712-3710 for a free estimate today. That's 805-712-3710, Lion Pro Flooring, when quality matters. This episode is sponsored by Valeria Noves with RE/MAX, your local real estate expert here in the Paso Robles and Central Coast. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, Valeria makes the process smooth, personal, and stress-free. She's bilingual, experienced, and ready to help. ¿Hablas español? Ella también. Call Valeria today at 805-212-6387 and let's get you a home. So who's your ideal donor? Who's your ideal person that's going to get involved and help you either financially or whatever networking ability or like tools they have?
Well, yeah, it's all about fundraising.
Yeah.
Our ideal donor is someone who wants their name on the theater and that can have that honor. We just, that's a good portion. But we separated it down into phases. So the first phase is the main building that was original. We're going to restore all of that. The gym, what became a gym as it was a junior college later on after the printery, that building was kind of added on, and that will be the seating area for the Performing Arts Center, and then we'll build on a new wing with the stage and backstage. So that's a phase 2. Mm-hmm. We just want to get the main building open, get it being used. Yeah. We'd like to see a lot of youth and senior activities, especially because that's kind of lacking in our community. Yeah. And see those things, and then have an affordable place for the nonprofits to have maybe some offices upstairs, do their fundraisers and things. And it's a big site. It's over an acre. It's a good site. So there's a lot of just so many uses that can be for it, and we just want to get it open and going. So if somebody wants to have a room named after them, they want to fund a room. Right now we have a window campaign of $3,750 to do a window and get those completed. They were all broken out. Yeah. Every window in the place was broken out, I think. And so there's all kinds of different ways, but so it's affordable down to buying a brick on our stage wall outside. For $150, you can buy a brick. So, but it adds up quickly. Yeah. We've already raised over $30,000 on our donor wall out there. So it all helps. So, but yeah, obviously anyone that might have contacts of how to get, they know someone else that might, we get a lot of celebrities in this area. Does somebody want to, help us out? Yeah. It's a cool story. It's a cool history, and it's a cool project, and it's a cool thing for our community that we really need in Atascadero. And North County does not have a public performing arts center that anyone can come in and rent and have that opportunity.
This episode is brought to you by the White Wave Wellness. Choose to live a healthy and fulfilling life. Wellness is more than being free from illness. It is a process of change and growth towards a mentally and physically healthy lifestyle. Reach out to Jennifer Hale to learn more about how this water can change your life. What would be a good example of the closest one?
Well, I guess Spanos in San Luis Obispo, and Morro Bay has a kind of a similar community center that has an auditorium. But in the North County, we have some, the Templeton has one, but it's not widely available just like any time you can just rent it because Templeton School has their activities and things. Right. This one will just be first come, first serve. You rent it out. And we have one room is next to the Performing Arts Center. There's a giant room we call the community room that'll have a wood floor, and it's wonderful Doug fir ceiling. It's just gorgeous. And that room can be rented out. There's another big room upstairs, and then smaller rooms upstairs. So anybody can use it for events, family events, whatever they want to use it for.
Yeah, I know Atascadero, Paso, Templeton. There's always this like local vibe that you feel when you're talking to somebody who's also local, and you get that like camaraderie in the community and stuff like that. How do you think it'll affect the community? Like, I know it's in a positive way, but what do you see coming out of it once it's complete, once it's done? It's it's good to aim for the entire thing being done. So what do you see coming out of that?
I do just see that opportunity, like say we have a lot of outdoor venues or smaller venues, but I see that opportunity for that one big venue with a full-on performing arts center, but also like say the smaller things where nonprofits can have their meetings and office space and because that's kind of lacking in affordable spaces. And I see a lot of mentored activities for our youth. We really, really need that. If you go on Facebook and in any of the local groups, and people will ask the question, what's the most needed thing? And the number one thing that comes up is activities for our youth, and especially mentored activities. And then like say senior activities, we have a great senior center, but it's very small. So they need a bigger place. And then just, again, affordable spaces for community members to rent and not have, the city has wonderful buildings, but they do have to have more stringent things like security and things like that we might not have to have. But just a lot of programming, a lot of supportive programming for the community, just great things, and just I just want to see that door open and close every day, all day long, of it being used for a great purpose. It's a really wonderful, amazing building.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing great things about it, so I'm excited for the process and to keep going forward. Let's talk a little bit about you. What got you into real estate? Because I'm always curious, because you do real estate and you do this. And I don't know how you balance it, but I'm guessing the printery takes a lot of time as well, because it's a lot of conversations.
It does take quite a bit of time, and I love it. I want to complete this in Mike's honor and the thing that he started. And he and I started the real estate business together. He was my broker.
Okay.
And I always liked looking at houses, and then I thought, how much fun it would be to be a realtor and show houses. And I love representing my buyers and my sellers. I got into it because I wanted to try to make sure that my clients got everything they needed and in a way protected. Things can go wrong in real estate, and if people don't stay well involved in it, they just want to do the forms or whatever, and not. Sometimes you have to really dig in and solve problems and get that home for your buyer that might have fallen out of escrow if you don't work really hard at it. But like I say, also to protect and make sure everybody has gotten the truth about the properties and things like that.
Yeah.
Because real estate isn't just about dollars and selling and buying. It's about people's lives, and it really affects people's lives. And so I just think that's something I really wanted to do, was to make sure that, like I say, people were protected in the purchase and selling of their home, and got the best they can for it. And
so, how long have you been doing real estate?
I got into it in 2010, licensed wise. I was working as an assistant in a real estate office for a while before that.
Okay.
So I learned all the forms and all the ropes of what was needed to be done before I actually became an agent. But I kind of let it slide a little bit as I did my store and got into doing some work for some other people. But I'm opening an office again. I just left there. We're remodeling this little space in Atascadero and opening an office and hoping to bring on some other agents and just have a good office where we support our buyers and sellers.
So I gotta be honest. You said 2010 is when you got licensed. you weren't afraid of what just happened with the housing market. I think, was it 2008, 2009?
Yeah.
Around there?
Yeah.
So what went through your mind? Like, oh, I'm still in it. Like, what was that? Like, what was that for you?
Oh, it was, because I hadn't seen it in the good years, I was okay selling property for $100,000, I kind of dream of that again. As like, I'd love to, to help so many buyers that can't afford things. It would be nice if it would go down to a better level. Median in Atascadero is like $850,000 right now. So that's kind of unaffordable for some people. But there's good things out there too that you can get if you want to work hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, in 2010 it was a pretty scary time, but it recovered. And then who would have ever thought?
Some.
Who would have ever thought during COVID that prices would go crazy?
Yeah, I was in that boat of if I probably would have started the process like the year before, I probably would have been better off. But then COVID happened, and all of a sudden house prices started like climbing. Yeah. I just didn't know, like, I had to jump in, and I still was discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when COVID hit and they did the stay-at-home order, and I just thought, there went my whole world. I had this store that was closed.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even show property. And I was like, who's ever going to buy anything in real estate? So I was like, how am I ever going to make any money?
Yeah.
So I was pretty frightened. But and then I had a really good listing. And the first thing that happened was someone came and gave me this super lowball offer, like half price. And my sellers were like, we don't need to sell this house. This is our, second home. We don't have to sell it. So we're just going to hang tight. And then pretty soon, then, they let us start showing and with all the, basically PPE that we had to wear and all these forms and everything that people had to fill out. And I couldn't be near each other, but, and we got to show. And then all of a sudden the prices just started going up and up and up. And who would have thought? Because they say we thought the whole market the bottom was going to drop out.
Yeah.
Interesting how it turned out.
Yeah. Like, I think even now they've kind of like stayed high. And, I mean, I feel like it's going to be a while before they go back down. But it's like, I always hear from other real estate, the best time was yesterday. The second best time is today.
Well, our market isn't dropping because, and this has been a thing that's happened in other downturns too, in that we're an area that people want to come from the bigger cities. Yeah. And so they're coming here with quite a bit of funding, as it were. And so they don't, they can still afford. So to them, they're looking at our prices as bargains. Yeah. So people coming here from San Jose and they sell a little 2-bedroom house for $1 million, $1.5 million. They've got money to come and purchase a much nicer, bigger property on acreage or whatever, and pay cash for it pretty much. So, so that's going to keep our prices up. I've noticed that quite a few of our I have 2 listings right now, and those are being shown to a lot of people from out of the area.
And then you have the other scenario where people here are selling and moving to another state. Because the same $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 gets them a mansion over in Arizona or something. Yeah. The
only thing is, I tell everybody you have to be sure that when you go to an area where the homes are less, so are the wages as well. So it's not always the panacea that they think it's going to be because their wages are so much lower too. But if they're going with cash and they can pay off their home or nearly pay off their home, then they don't have big payments, so they can afford it. But
they have like a good start.
Yeah. It's it's what makes the world go around. Is actually real estate. It's kind of what makes the world go around. Yeah, it's interesting.
And I guess that's kind of cool because you said people from bigger cities are coming here, and I've mentioned this before with other people on the podcast. Like, we're not like Paso, Atascadero, Templeton. It's not like cult, but like we bring people in, like make them ours, and then all right, teach the next person the same thing. Like, it doesn't like become a big city vibe. No. Like, if you like maybe 6-7 years ago, it almost started feeling like that with the honking and the driving, and now it's like, oh no, you're good. Like they're patient now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think it is those people coming here that are just, what I hear them say is, I just can't handle the big city anymore.
No.
So they come here for the quiet. They'd like to actually close the door behind them if they could.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them, but they do have that. They're so appreciative of the, being able to drive a few minutes from town out into the country and the quiet. And so they kind of want to protect that atmosphere, and they do want to really blend in.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the transition from big city to small town feel. And then I get to know people here and there, and they're like, oh, I moved from this place, that place. And I'm like, oh, how do you like it so far? It's like, it's so much nicer, like less stress. I mean, there's always going to be stress, but like it's definitely nicer. So it's kind of cool that you're trying to bring back a piece of history for Atascadero so they can experience it too down the road, Is there anything coming up for the printery that you want to promote?
Yes, for sure. We have what we're calling Tent City Limits concert series. Mm-hmm. And it's August 22nd, September 19th, and October 17th. Those concerts are going to be held on site at the printery on our outdoor stage. And we have some great lineup. Po Ramblin' Boys is coming, Two Runner, Caltucky, June Clevis, and the Honeysuckle Girls, I think it is. And just some great. Moonshiner Collective is coming. So we've got great entertainment coming up. We have a wonderful guy. A couple is not on our board, but they're founders, and they're actually moving to this area, and they have something called Tiny Porch Concerts that they do down in their area, and they're moving up here. But Mike and Nikki came this year to do our July 4th concert, and then this concert series, and it's going to be a great concert series. The outdoors area at the printery is actually a really, really nice area. Shady, and it's a great spot for concerts and kind of quiet. So we have those great concerts coming up. So again, it's August 22nd, September 19th, and September 19th. Along with the concert, we're doing our small vintner wine festival that day. So it's going to be that afternoon. So it's going to be a really good day. And then October 17th, right before Colony Days, the day before Colony Days. So we're going to do that great series. And so tickets are on 805 Tix. Super easy. Go on 805 Tix, look for Tent City Limits, and you'll see those. You can get your tickets there, and they are, I believe the tickets are $40. I forgot. Now it's been a while since we set the ticket price. I should know that.
So what comes with the ticket?
Well, there's some VIP tickets where you can get a table and some extra wine and everything. Get a bottle of wine. Those are on the website as well, and at 805 Tix. And but it's just entrance into it. You can buy the whole series for a discount. I remember that. I believe it's $100 for the whole series. So they. But it's worth the tickets. Believe me, these are going to be. So it's 2 bands each night. And it starts at 6:00, and you got 2 bands run until at least 9. And really, really good music. Two Runner, Po Ramblin' Boys, they're traveling nationally.
Oh, okay.
So so we know that they're really popular bands. So Mike got a hold of them, and they're coming up here. So we had a really good concert July 4th. It went off really, really well. And everybody really enjoyed it. So we're just going to do it 3 more times here. Yeah. And then, November, if you can't tell, we're gearing up toward an event in November. Yeah. So we're hoping to have it inside the printery. And so if not, it'll be a big tent outside. But we're really hoping to get it inside. And that'll be November 16th. And we'll have tickets on our website, atascaderoprintery.org. There's always lots of information there, lots of pictures. And then, of course, we can always use volunteers. We need volunteers to help us get this building fixed up. And some of it's very simple stuff, coming in and helping put in the windows, or put them back together, or whatever. We've got a workshop area in the gym so people can come and help out. So we can always use volunteers to help and clean it all up, because we're gonna have to scrub it all down.
Yeah.
So September 20th, we're doing Open Doors California too. So that's the day after our wine festival and concert. And that's by the California Preservation Foundation. They put on that event, and it's a statewide event, and we're participating in that. And again, we can do short tours through the building for the first time ever.
That's awesome. Yeah. And food vendors, I know downtown has been kind of adding more food.
Uh-huh.
Who's going to be there if you want to give them a shout out, like any kind of vendors?
Oh, Paso Robles Pizza Kitchen will be there at our
because they have that
events.
big truck now, right?
Yes. Yeah, they have a great, they did July 4th. Excellent food. So we're looking forward to them being there with some great food. And they've been really, really good to us. Yeah.
And I know, unfortunately, one of them is going to be the small vintners. Mm-hmm. Wine Fest, right?
Yes, yeah.
Unfortunately, alcohol needs to be present for a lot of events.
Yes.
Who's providing, or who's going to be there for all the other ones?
We just have Tim Shell Winery, 805 has been great about donating beer for our events. Tim Shell, Terranian, Everly usually donates for us. Bovino has been good at donating for us. Ancient Peaks is always really helpful to us. So a lot of great wine that we get at our events. We're so grateful for that support, that we can get that from them, and then sell it and help make money. And it was not something I looked at the beginning, thinking that, but you have events, you have beer and wine, and so people want that. So we try not to charge too much for it. But
You're right.
but we appreciate the help. But it makes for a nice event.
So before we wrap it up, as far as sponsors, donations, and stuff like that, I know people can buy a brick for $150. You said, or the window $3,750. Where can they just donate?
Just on our website, atascaderoprintery.org, there's a donate button right near the front there, and they can just donate. Like I say, they can go to one of the campaigns and donate that way, or they can just give on a donation, and every bit helps. It does add up. We have raised over $750,000 now, and that's gone to things like the engineering, the work done, the shoring, the tearing down the addition, putting walls back up, and all the, and then into the building, purchasing the building. So that's where it's all gone. So we've used it very wisely. We're very, very frugal. We do not have any paid staff. It's all volunteer. So we are looking for board members for 2026. If anyone's interested in being on our board, we encourage you to get involved and attend the next few board meetings. And then we have our elections in November for 2026 board. So if anybody's interested, they can call me or email atascaderoprintery@gmail.com, and that goes to me. And we love the fact that we started as a small organization of about 10 people, and the community just keeps locking arms with us and adding more and more people and helping. It's wonderful. This whole North County is wonderful that way.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that I'm happy that's happening. And definitely I'll reach out about the whole board thing, because I'm always interested. I got some time, so we'll see what happens there. But what I guess out of my curiosity, just so I'm asking now, is what are you looking for from a board member?
We need people with big ideas, that understand this is it's not an undoable project. It's not out of reach, but it takes work. It takes work. And we want people that aren't afraid to go to their bank or to their, financial planner or whatever, and say, hey, how can you help us find donors that, they just are willing to go out there and ask, seek, and knock, as they say, and put up flyers and posters for us, and just keep promoting the project and letting people know. Because I don't come across anyone that I talk to about the printer that's like, oh, They're all like, wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And they see the need in our community for, like Paso has Paso Robles Youth Arts. We don't have anything like that in Atascadero. And we need that. We need life skills classes for our kids. We just need all those things, and we need them not to be out on the street in harm's way after school and in the summer. And we're the perfect example of that, because look what they were doing to our building.
Yeah.
They were breaking everything in there and graffitiing it and making a mess out of it. So again, I want someone with a passion for our kids, our seniors, our whole community that sees the need and wants to just lend a hand to help it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, I'll definitely send me all the information about all these things so I can put in the show notes. And thanks again. I appreciate your time.
Awesome.